Hello, my name is Exel from Exel. Today I'm going to explain my daily things relating to Newton's law of motion. First of all, let me introduce what is Newton's law of motion. Newton's law of motion are three physical laws that together laid the foundation for classical mechanics. They describe the relationship between a body and the forces acting upon to it, and its motion in response to those forces. So I'm making my scripts for the upcoming scenes for this blog, and let me explain what things that can be applied to first law of motion when I'm editing my scripts. As you can see that I'm moving this mouse, and this mouse will remain at rest unless I apply force to move it. And when I move my cursor into another point, I have to stop it or it will just go into a never-ending path and my mouse will just fly away. This proves the statement of the first law that an object in motion will remain in motion and an object at rest will remain at rest unless an unbalanced force will apply to it. In quarantine, it is easy to get bored, and I like to play with my book container and pushing it around like a weirdo. And I'll explain how Newton's second law of motion apply to pushing this container. So the first container contains most of my books and it is pretty heavy. And the second container, I remove all of my books. Then I push two of those containers in the same amount of force. As you can see, by the second container is slightly slower than the first container. This is because the first container has more acceleration than the second container, and the first container has more mass than the second container, and mass is inversely proportional to the acceleration, as acceleration is equal to force divided by mass. Lastly, let's talk about the third law of motion. The third law of motion states that if a body exerts a force into a second body, the second body will exert a force that is equal in magnitude and opposite in direction to the first force. An example for third law of motion is walking, and I'll explain how Newton's third law of motion apply to walking. As you can see, when I walk, my foot exerts force on the ground, and the ground exerts in equal force and in opposite direction. It is this force that make people move forward. Hope you enjoy my physics vlog, and let's hope that we are healthy throughout this pandemic. Thanks for watching and see you next time.